Are you ready to party? Let's go.
Cassaundra Rodriguez, welcome to the podcast, finally.
I know,
Welcome.
after a year. Thank you for having me.
Heck yeah, it took a while to get you on, but we always knew you were coming. Mm-hmm. You're going to always stay on our list. But it happened. I really appreciate you making the time to come out here. Where'd you drive from?
LA.
Hey, what's up, dude?
So
the traffic.
It wasn't too bad.
Really?
It wasn't too bad. I was pretty surprised. But although I noticed that as I entered closer to this area, like people drive like maniacs here.
Yeah. SoCal, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's life is more important than yours.
Right?
Apparently.
Because it's like, have you ever driven in another state?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've driven in Colorado.
So way spaced out, right?
Yeah.
Speed limit, kind of.
Yeah.
Are a little bit better. And I feel like pretty much everywhere except like New York and like here. It's like no one gives a shit while they're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like SoCal. That's what we're known for.
I know, but thanks for making time to come on. I've been looking forward to this for a while.
Me too.
Because someone who's very special to you, he came on the podcast very early on when we started. So shout out, Evan. Thanks, my
Evan
guy.
Nelson.
Always believe in you, buddy. It's going to be good. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Actually, I talked to Evan today.
I know.
Yeah, I had to do my check-in. He is technically my personal trainer.
Oh,
online.
no way.
Yeah, so shout out to Prime Fitness Coaching.
Check them out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's like super convenient because, I don't have the time to be at the gym every day. And so I kind of line everything out and you do like the weekly checkup calls and stuff. And he basically yells at me. I'm just kidding. He doesn't yell. He's like one of the nicest dudes ever.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, I was like, I wish I could make it up and say it right, but nah, he's just too nice.
He's got a heart of gold, dude.
Yeah, he really is helping out, and I totally appreciate it.
He was my trainer for a film I did a few years ago.
Oh, okay, that's right.
That dude got me freaking shredded, dude.
Yeah.
And there was times I wake up at 4 in the morning to go work out with him by 5. And I was just like, what the hell am I doing here right now with this guy, dude? He's like, this shit hurts. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And he's like, come on, man, we're going to push the bar. We're going to push the bar. It's like, oh, my God, dude. Can we just, like, jump on the, elliptical and just talk a little bit? Or
I feel like those kind of people are good for training, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, he fits the mold, right? He looks like he's chiseled out of marble. You know what I mean?
He's like Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
Thor stunt double.
Thor stunt double. You could be. Oh, I was like, you could be Thor, dude. No, but I think that's like super important, like in that industry, because like sometimes if you go to the gym and you see like a trainer, and this isn't bashing on anyone's shape, because as long as you're trying, then that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like the motivation factor, just a little bit, if like someone's kind of maybe more out of shape than you and they're training you, you get this like weird conundrum going on. And anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. So anyways, no
But
traffic.
yeah, he's your
I was like,
he's your trainer. He was yours, and he's mine.
he's your man.
Dude, you can't see, but I'm pretty shredded.
Oh, you're shredded. We follow you on Instagram and your social media. I'm like,
But yeah, no, I've been putting in some work, and no, dude, like it's really cool. Like I've never personally had a trainer before, but since he makes it so simple, it's just like it starts with like the psychological aspect of it, just like the habits that you have like as a person, like it's not necessarily like kicking the habit, it's just replacing it with something that's more productive and new and better for your overall health. And I think like since that switch, things have shifted for me, because I feel like I severely underate and I worked my ass off at the gym. But it's like I feel like it's a common thing that women are like scared to have protein.
Yeah.
And then once I started having protein, and I use protein powders because I can't eat that much chicken or like meat. It's just like,
same.
I just can't.
Yeah.
But it's been like a game changer.
Do you feel, okay, so at that time when you were under eating, you would work out. Did you feel a little lethargic? You didn't have the
all
energy?
the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to under eat as well. For a long time. Because you're trying to like, I want to look, whatever. And you realize you're not putting enough calories for how much you're actually working out.
Exactly.
I remember Evan, your man, I think he had me at like, it's like 5,000 calories a day. I was constantly eating. And I always felt full. It was a weird feeling, right? Because I was always under eating. But he had me working out so much in these circuit workouts that we were doing 2-a-days. I was like, where'd all my weight go? Like just gone and all shredded. I'm like, oh shit, I was doing it wrong the whole time. Like I'm supposed to eat. You gotta keep that fire stuff.
Dude, 5,000 calories?
5,000 calories,
So
dude.
what does that look like? You're like, hey, let me have like 8 double-doubles.
No.
And 2 shakes.
As she
for breakfast.
knows, no, Evan, this is not how I did it, I promise. You saw my body after. What's up? No, so it's more like it. It's 5,000 calories. I'm pretty much was eating every 2 hours, but it wasn't big portions. There were smaller portions which had macros and micros, protein, all that type of stuff. Right, not measured out, but anyways, I went to a meal prep company that did it.
Oh, nice.
And then like snacks in between, I would have protein, like peanut butter protein balls or something.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
So it was actually well thought out. It wasn't like just put down pizza and all that. It was very clean eating.
It wasn't a dirty bulk.
No, yeah, exactly.
Dude, I was waiting to say dirty bulk. That's a good
No,
point.
it wasn't dirty bulk, but and I was also what helped out a lot. I didn't realize, which Evan taught me, is drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
So that's when I started drinking a gallon a day, at least at that time. Right now, I wouldn't say I'm drinking a gallon a day.
I feel like that's
Got plenty
probably
of
like
water right here. You know what I'm saying, dude?
the ice melted in there.
Yeah, cheers.
Pretty sure there's water in this kook slam right here.
Let's go, baby.
It's delicious.
She likes it.
Yeah, this is my second.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
now
delicious.
okay. It was competition now. And I'm like,
No, she got here earlier. I was like, well, let's party.
I did.
Oh,
I
dude,
was
awesome.
like, I might have a seltzer for you.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, little pregame never
Heck
hurt,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, but drinking all that water at first was hard. I remember like my body, your body's not used to it, right? So at night, it was a pain in the ass to get a good sleep. It's a good night's rest. I think it took like 3 weeks for my body.
Because
to
you
get
kept
used
getting
to
up to pee?
all the freaking time, all the time. And I didn't want to say what it was. Fuck it. Yeah, I had an empty gallon jug. I ended up just fucking pissing that thing aside of bed. I was getting so tired of getting up and going to the restroom.
You pulled like
Cochino.
that's what you do when you're like 70. You're just
Dude,
like,
I
I
got
don't want to get up
lazy.
again. Just lay over.
Honestly, I was getting up probably 4 or 5 times a night. I was not getting a good rest, dude.
Okay.
It sucked.
Well,
But then my body got used to it. Now it's like, whatever. Drinking
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
so what is that like living with your trainer? You know, because I feel like it'd be like one of those things where like it sounds like it's like immediately it's like, dang, that's awesome, because it's like someone to keep you accountable, kind of like, okay, we're doing this, or if you're not feeling motivated for the day, you're like, get up, we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
But then I also feel like I'm a late night snacker, believe it or not. No, I'm just kidding. And I feel like I always try to like not wake my wife up. And it's because she's going to be like, you're eating again? It's like
Shamelessly
midnight,
eating
you
your
know?
chips.
Yeah, I'll just be like, but I'll put like a fat stack of them in at once.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's just one time.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like in your scenario, you'd like something that would creak and then you just see his head like,
No. It's so funny because that's like, I mean, I think it's a common misconception. Like all my girlfriends ask me like, oh, how difficult is that to like eat or like just be living with like your trainer? Like, how is that? It's like, do you just eat broccoli and chicken all the time? I'm like, are you kidding? Like we order like Wingstop, B-dubs
I
and
love
everything.
it.
We
I love
do
it.
like
Hell
once in
yeah.
a while. We drink our brewskis and everything. And it's all just like, honestly, like I thought that we had to be like restrictive with like our diets and our our calories that we're intaking and everything, but essentially it's not. Honestly, it's like just having like the moderation and the balance. And that's what I've learned. It's kind of like if I know I'm gonna have like a girls' night or we're gonna go out to dinner, like usually if I know where we're going, I look up at the menu and I look at the calories, I track it on my FitnessPal, and I know what I have.
Okay.
So it's more of just being strategic with your calories, I think. Oh my God, I sound like Evan right now. Oh my God.
I didn't want to say anything, but
I sound like
you
him right
definitely
now.
hang around him a lot.
I
'cause
do, apparently.
That was a good breakdown.
Damn,
Very
it
thorough.
was.
Yeah.
I sound so legit right now.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's like 3 of us in here. This is Body by Evan. This is becoming a
Oh my
fucking...
God, it is.
This is becoming a
much.
plug
Body
for
by
Evan.
Evan.
You're welcome. You're welcome, dog.
Shout out.
I love you.
But yeah, no, it's honestly, I love that. That was
Body by
cute.
Evan.
Body
man.
by
Let's
Evan.
go, dude.
Works.
That's why I got fat cheeks, boys. Hit that squat rack, damn it.
But no, so there's that. Like people just assume that we're just eating broccoli and chicken all the time, and they're always like, oh yeah, like pretty much like couples goals. And I'm like you guys probably like work out together all the time. Like no, we don't actually. Like we only work out together like maybe once or twice a week, if that. And that's fairly new because our kid just started going back to school.
Okay.
Like,
Right.
because he wasn't.
And you're in school too, right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing that and you're working. You're trying to spend time. Dude, I get that. That's tough.
Busy.
That gets
Yeah.
hard. It really does.
Yeah.
Are you working as a trainer right now?
No, I'm not. I'm not a trainer. I'm
not a
not
trainer. What do you
I
do?
know nothing about fitness. Nothing at all.
Okay. I honestly thought
Beg
you
to
were a
differ.
trainer.
You just went on for like 30 seconds.
I know.
on some legit
I
information.
just live with my trainer.
It's like 1 year later, they're gonna have like couples training, be like
No,
couples goals training program. or
No,
whatever.
it's not my forte. Like I don't think that's something I would want to do. It's fun though. It's fun.
But you guys met at the gym, right?
We did.
Okay, I think that's why I thought you were a
Yeah,
trainer.
we met at the
Okay.
gym.
That's why I
I
thought
picked him up at the gym.
Oh, really?
I
Is
did.
that how it went down?
I made
Did
the
you approach
move.
him?
I made the move. Yeah, I did.
You know he talked about you to me, right?
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll leave it at
What'd he
that.
say?
Nah, nice try, man. Ain't not enough alcohol in this room to get that out of me.
Said nope.
No, I'm a true brother, man. I ain't fucking releasing shit.
I'm sure it was good.
But
though.
no, yeah, we met at the
Oh, yeah.
gym. Yeah, I pretty much. Well, it's funny because I was like kind of just checking him out as he was working out, and he noticed me checking him
Hell
out.
Yeah.
And
Hell
then he thought that I was gonna turn away, but I owned it. I just looked at him. I was like, yeah, I'm checking you out.
No, seriously?
Yeah.
So you shot your shot.
I did.
I wish more
I
women would
did.
do that. I really do. I think it's 100% kill rate, honestly.
It would eliminate confusion,
It definitely would. It definitely would.
right? I mean,
Because I feel like it sucks because I get it because like I have my girlfriends that like women are difficult sometimes. I'm sorry for the feminists out there, but women can be a little bit difficult sometimes. And it's like the mixed signals. It's like, oh yeah, like I want to find a man, but it's like, oh, but don't pick up at me on the gym or the bar. I'm with the girls, or you know what I mean? It's like it's confusing for guys out there, and I think it takes. Can I say balls?
Yeah.
It takes cojones, balls
Let's
to
go.
like approach a woman you don't know.
Oh, yes.
And be
Yes.
that.
I'll be telling you right now, I have no fucking game. I have zero game. Talk to anyone I've ever dated. Don't talk to my ex-wife. Fuck that shit. But anyway, but yeah, I don't have any fucking game. It's just kind of like I'm terrible at it. So I've never gone up and done that before. But it's usually someone who's been a friend for a little bit. And then it's kind of turns in like, oh yeah, can you help me work out or can you help me study?
Oh, okay.
Check my back. Oh, let me take my pants off. Sorry, one second.
is that how it goes? that from start to finish.
It takes like 6 months. It's about a 6 month
progressive.
project. Yeah, it's a work in
progress. Yeah. No, that's a interesting take though, because the social interaction, dating, or going on pursuing to a potential person you're trying to date is super difficult, And I mean, let's see, how do you navigate this one? Because I feel like I'll be offensive at some point in this conversation. But I'm just kidding.
Let's piss off some people.
Yeah, I was like,
Bring it.
guys and girls. I said it. No. Anyway, but what I'm going at with that is that, like, yeah, it does take a lot of, it takes a lot of energy and like focus and like kind of like to put yourself out there, and like just as simple as something and just saying like, hey, what's up? Simple introduction. I too am on the no game plan. So I was never a very quick-witted, say something clever. It's more like, hi.
Yeah.
I noticed you, and what's up? And but even that, right? There's a certain level. So it's kind of like when you hear, women talk about like, oh, I can't believe someone approached me at the store or at the, at the gym, for example. And it's just like, dude, it's like, well, where is it? Like, where is an appropriate place to do it? Because like, if you don't want to meet someone at a bar, because like that whole stigma, right? But then you're not like open to talking to someone during the day, it can be very confusing.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because my grandfather always said, he's like, you want to meet a nice lady? Because, he's old school. And he said, lady. He's like, you meet him at the grocery store, and I'm like, that's like the weirdest place to try to pick up on anybody. You're like sitting there in the like fruit section. You're like, so, oranges, huh?
She's got chocolate wine and condoms on the fucking rack.
It's just like,
you're like, hi.
I was like, do you like chicken thighs or chicken titties?
Yeah. Pretty much. I just, it doesn't matter how clever you can make something sound. I feel like at the grocery store, you're just going to come off as creepy. Like, I noticed you're making a salad tonight.
That's
is there
weird.
anyone-
That's a
right?
tough one. That's
you mean you actually look through the things I bought? I'm not a fan of brie cheese. That's actually a lie. I love brie cheese. Anyway.
But no, I've been hit on at the grocery store before, and I hated it. It was so awkward, and I was with my kid, and that's the thing that I hate the most is when men approach me when I have my son. I'm just like, that's
that makes
just
sense.
not
Yeah, makes sense.
right.
Right.
You know?
Man, those guys are really shooting their shot.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
You're like,
I do have a
dude.
question. Okay, so you guys met at the gym. Mm-hmm. I really want to know a female's perspective on this because you hear it a lot. You see it on social media, wherever you see it. Do women really like a guy who has a dad bod or shredded like your man?
Wait, you're asking me if they
You
like
should answer
which one?
shredded.
Yeah, because you're hearing like, "Oh, dad bod's a new thing." I'm like, bro, I don't know.
You know what?
Man.
It's like that. Okay, so I do know like females that do prefer a dad bod over, someone like Evan who's shredded.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess
I just want to
He's
know.
over there just writing shit down.
I really
here's what
I need to do.
taking notes, but
That's what I thought.
More hamburgers, goddamn
the
it.
limit does not exist. But no,
Well, I only ask because you hear it.
I really
right?
don't know.
I mean, it's always like, well, dad bod's a new thing. I'm like, really though? Is it?
Maybe like
with
it's
some
like a-
Birkenstocks on and shit.
Like a daddy issue thing, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
you think daddy issues are a real thing?
Probably. I think so. I do think so.
Super complex question.
All right, that's a lot.
I don't
That's
know if
a lot,
I'm gonna weigh in on
but
that one. I was like, the short answer, yes.
yeah, we won't dive into that one. But but no, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm like, I don't like when I saw Evan. I was like, obviously, I was like attracted to him, but like I knew him when I saw him working out, so I knew his personality.
Yeah, so you kind of had
know.
a friendship going, right?
Yeah.
So
So like when I think I was more attracted to like the person and the
Absolutely.
characteristics. And then after came like the physicalities, I was like, oh, he's got a good pump going on. Like, oh, he's got good stamina, I was like, I'm intrigued.
All right, I like that. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go. God bless you, Evan. Okay, so after you met Evan, you guys are together, and you're. How was that going from like being a single mom to now you're dating somebody? Is that a tough transition? Because you say you start liking this person, you're falling in love. It's like, when's the right time to introduce your son, right?
Yeah. And I mean, like sometimes I look back and I think I'm like, oh wow, like that was like a fast, like the trajectory of like when he met my son. I was like I felt like it was quick when thinking back to it, but I mean, I don't feel even to this day like I wasn't wrong because like you get like a good sense of a person. I never to this day have met someone like Evan. Like he's so kind and just I don't know. It's like it's hard to explain. I just knew that I was like, this is a person that I want to have like in my life and is a good influence in my life. And he was, when we met, I was going through like a shit storm in my life, just awful situation. And I was going through a divorce at the
Oh, so
time.
you're divorced?
Yeah. So,
Come, hold on. Give me the truth.
yeah, I know. We made it.
No shit, we did.
We made it.
We're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you.
But no, I just like,
I was like, I would cheers you, but I'm currently married.
Yeah, no, you're
But
gonna
I
make
think it's awesome that you guys
knock on wood.
Woo! And it's awesome to move on and upward. I like
Life
it.
gets better.
Definitely.
Good for you guys.
It's
Yeah.
tough. I can feel you when you say how hard and shitstorm that. I didn't even have a child involved, and it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Trying to get ruined financially and all that stuff. So I can't imagine having, your own child, and now that introduces so many different things that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, God, I'm so happy that you're happy now.
Yeah.
I mean, but continue on. I'm just saying, I didn't know that you had
No.
divorced. So
Yeah, I did. I have a divorce, and but no, I met the man of my dreams, and to be honest, like he's honestly like I couldn't think of someone better. Like if my kid grew up to be a fraction of what he is, like I would be a happy mother. Like I would know that you have a good head on your shoulders and like you're going places and you have like motivation and drive and just like a good moral compass, you know? And
He has you know what? I know for a fact that he will be a great example for your son.
Yeah.
He'll be a good father, husband, he's a good man.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool that you can kind of feel that out and gauge it because I always wonder, you know, I have plenty of friends who are divorced, single moms and dads, and I always think like, fuck, like it introduces something new into your dating life, right? Trying to find somebody to be with someone. When's the right time to introduce them or whatnot, you know? So
Yeah.
that's cool. I always see the pictures and stuff on social media. I love watching them. Just
Yeah.
like, I love that. But
I know.
God, how long ago was your divorce?
So it was like a speedy, so it was a dissolution of marriage. So I think that's different than divorce,
I
right?
think
It's under a certain amount of years that you've been together.
Under 5 years, right? In
So
California?
we were together, I believe, for, I want to say 2.5,
Okay.
3.
Okay.
But I mean, I got married at a young age, straight out of high school.
Is that when you had your son?
No.
Okay.
I had my son when I was 22,
Okay.
going on 23,
What
but
how old are you right now?
28.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I thought you were like 23 years old.
God, no.
I swear to God.
No. I would be more like lost in the sauce if I was 23.
God.
But no, I'm 28. Evan and I are both 28. We're actually 4 days apart.
4 days. You're in May
Yeah.
too?
I'm in May. You're in May.
Taurus,
Yeah.
let's
I
go.
know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's like a cheers
I
to.
got
Let's
I
get a
don't know
cheers
if
to
you could
that.
see it,
I'm also
but I
in
had
May.
a Taurus tattoo.
Are you serious? Oh yeah, he's May.
Wait.
You're May 11th.
Oh, that's right.
May 12th.
Damn it.
And I'm the oldest person at the table. So you guys are aware.
Well, you look great.
He looks
Oh,
great.
Who's your trainer?
He's 29.
Well, actually, that's funny you brought that up.
I like
it's this
that.
guy, Evan. It's like
Very
Prime
good.
Fitness Coaching. Do it, live it, love it.
Oh my God. So how were you
Where
when
were
you got
we at?
married?
Oh,
20,
so I was.
right out of high school, you said?
No, wait. When was I married? Or
Yeah.
got married?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's go.
sit down, guys. Get comfy
fucking
because
ready to
it's a
rumble.
long story. So it was straight out of high school, so I was 18 at the time, and
wow.
he was a military man.
Okay.
So he was in the Marines. He served with my brother, and yeah. So I was 16. He was in his 20s. So it was, you know, I don't know. I know what you're thinking.
So you were
No, you don't.
16?
I was, yeah. I was 16.
Your parents are okay with it?
You know what? I'm surprised. I mean, thinking back, I'm like,
Yo,
what were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't have any kids.
would never let
No,
that
I have 8 nieces and nephews. There's no way. There's no way I would never let, as an uncle, I wouldn't let that happen. Like, you ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
happening.
Thinking back, I think of myself, as a, a
so
mom
young.
now.
Yeah.
And then I look back at like 16-year-old Cassie and I'm like, girl, don't. Like, that is just wrong. Don't,
Yeah.
And I mean, it was like so he was like 20 at the time. I was 16. So like I had never had a boyfriend. I didn't know anything about like relationships. Like who does at 16, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so, it was just like, the relationship progressed, whatnot, years went by. And, it was just like what I thought was a normal relationship was
Toxic, huh?
very, yeah, it was bad.
Well, you both still had so much growing up to do.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
definitely.
damn,
I was
I mean,
gonna
20 years old, you're still a kid.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was like, anything that like those decisions, and like, look, what happens, and you learn from it, and then honestly, you learn early,
Yeah.
because even it's like it sounds like you spent not a significant amount of time, but long enough.
Mm-hmm.
You made some decisions and experience, thinking like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. When at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I'm fucking miserable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I'm only assuming that's how it went, but
Yeah.
those are just. I mean, you learn early. Like, it's better to do it then than, all of a sudden you're 45 and you're in this situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't backtrack. So at least you got it out of the way.
Yeah. So 16, when were you divorced by 18?
No. So I was we
dating. I'm
started
sorry.
dating at 16, and then we got
You got married at
I thought you got married at 16
I was
too.
like,
no,
what
we
state?
started dating
Oh,
at
okay. I was
16,
like, how the
and then
hell
I
did
got
you know?
married right after high school. So I was
Oh,
about
okay.
18 years old.
Okay.
And then he had, you know, he was in the military and everything, and then he was stationed in Washington, Seattle,
You still live down here?
and I lived in LA still.
Okay.
So after we got married and all that, and you know, so pretty much like I already knew there were like red flags. Like he was like very, trigger warning, abusive, you know, like
You talking physically or emotionally? All.
both.
Fuck.
Yeah, it ended really badly.
I'm so
very
sorry.
badly.
Yeah. Huh.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. But yeah, it was not the greatest situation, and like, you know, it's silly to say that. I mean, I was 17, like the first time he even laid a hand on me, you know, and that's like, I go back and you know, it's hard to not like judge yourself, but at the same time, you have to like give slack to your 17-year-old self, you know,
Yeah,
like
you
you're not
gotta show
even
yourself-
developed yet.
No, you got to show yourself grace.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all trying to figure out why the hell we're on this piece of dirt floating through space and time and what the fuck we're here for.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes in our lives, we're going to hit those rough patches and the hard times, and we're going to, you know, life is based off choices. I tell everyone that all the time.
Yeah.
And you'll pay for your choices, whether they're good or bad. You
Yeah.
know, and sometimes you make a choice, you just don't know. But you grow through it. You live, you learn. At least you had enough cojones to finally call the shots and be like, I'm fucking out of here.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
know, this isn't me. But I know what you're talking about, because sometimes I think back on my life and the good and the bad that I've made. And I'm thinking, God, why did you do that? Like, what were
Yeah.
you thinking, right? But then you got, it's like, well, you know what? Who Tim Fisher was 5 years ago is not the same Tim Fisher I am now.
Thank
You know, I always
goodness.
think of things in 5 years. It's like, and I look back at 21-year-old Tim, shithead.
Yeah,
No, it's just one of those things. It's a journey and you grow, but it sucks that you had to go through it. I don't think any man should ever lay a hand on a woman, no matter how bad it gets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, granted, you come to me with like a weapon. Yeah, I might have to, you know, fucking
Yeah.
quick 1-2 here, just get you down to the ground. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But as far as like being angry or whatever, in a, you know, I always think take a breath and just fucking walk away. There's no reason to lay your hand on
Yeah.
somebody. There really
Yeah,
isn't.
yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
So it was like, you know, I'm like really grateful to not be in that, you know, situation anymore. But it took me years to get out of that situation, you know? So it's like,
is it because you
Even-
felt trapped?
I think I was just like, I don't know. I think I was just like scared to leave because of like things that he would say, which I thought were joking. Like, if I can't have you, nobody can, you know? Or
Oh, man.
if you ever leave me, they'll never find your body.
Those are like.
used to say that
Wait,
to
what?
you?
Yeah.
The second
No,
one
I'm
was a real
serious.
statement?
Oh
No,
my
it was a real
God.
statement. It was even on a text, even when we like went to court and everything, because it ended in like a physical assault, like on my life, like attempted murder stuff. And my
Dude.
son was there. So it was awful. It was bad. My
So were the
kid
cops
was like,
were the cops caught out that time too, or you just get your shit and take off?
so no, like pretty much like essentially what happened was like he just freaking started just attacking me, and my kid was there, and that's when I was like leaving. I was like, oh, like I'm leaving, you know?
Yeah.
And I was going back to my parents' house, which was huge for me. I was like, you know, it's just like I was scared. I was like, you have a kid, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. So it's like, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
home.
you're a young woman.
You know, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
home.
You're married. You have a young baby. You're trying to figure this all out. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a lot.
I'm like so grateful that like the next door neighbor was a cop.
Oh, very good.
So, yeah, like when the assault happened and everything, like quite literally, like, you know, fighting for my life, like my kid is just standing there, like, you know, inches away. And I'm like crying, thinking, you know, this is it. And what's going to happen to my kid when I'm not here and he kills me, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I feel like such a damper right now. Sorry, guys.
No, that's it. But you know what? Like, first of all, thank you for even sharing stuff like this.
Yes.
Because, like, that is, like, to me, like, I've never experienced anything like that. And to me, that sounds like what an emotional, mental roller coaster, even after the fact, obviously, going through with rationalizing, going through all that, you know? And, but I think it's really, awesome that you share stuff like that, because there's a lot of people in the same exact scenario. And
Yeah.
I was trying to like think of how I'd like kind of respond. You guys, what you're talking about, and it's just like, like you have to be like I don't want to say like brave, like I don't want to sound cliche, you know what I mean? But like the courage that it takes to get out of a scenario like that, I think the only way those situations can get better is by people talking about them. Because I feel like, and I obviously I'm not speaking from the point of view of a female in a relationship, whether you're young or being taken advantage of or physical or anything like that. But like I can only imagine that part of it, you deal with it because if you've never experienced this before, is this normal? Is it not normal?
Mm-hmm.
And, it takes a lot to be like, whether it's one big moment or a bunch of little moments where, whether it's physically involved, mentally, like, verbally assaulting, things like that. But you make that like decision in the sand and you move on, because a lot of women, they will go through a crazy experience where they're actually, whether they're getting beat up or held down or whatever, right? And they go back to them.
Yeah, it's very common and it's very sad. And also October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but I knew that
Honestly
afterwards.
That's thank
Yeah.
you for the shout
You're a
out.
survivor of it.
Yeah. It's funny. I have an older brother. He's in the Marines, and he calls it my warrior training when he used to like gut punch me. And he's like, I was just preparing you.
Yeah.
But
Oh my gosh.
God.
But hey, big all bullshit aside though, like what a crazy ride, right? And then look where you're at now, and just goes to show it's like wherever your low points are in life, you know what I mean? Like you can still build up and keep moving.
100%.
Just because you're like, hit I would consider that like a low, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like just because you're there, it's like doesn't mean it's not going to get better, and you just whatever you're using to mentally keeping you moving forward, because like that shit is, when I hear that stuff, it drives me crazy, because I think to myself, it's like, how can I'll say another man attack a woman, or in this case, whatever combination of the two, but with that kind of authority, you know what I mean? Like that's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just shocks me when you hear it, because, a lot of times it's there's a lot of people who've never experienced that, and then there's a lot who do and don't say anything about it.
Yeah, and to be honest, like when I was invited to come here, I was a little bit nervous and timid to come on here, because I was like, it was very fresh, like me processing that information a year ago, because you invited me on a year ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I want to go right now, because I'm going through some stuff. Like I started going to therapy, and I was like, I feel like I was like on survival mode for a while. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just like surviving through my day. Everything's fine. I was going through like the trials still.
Yeah,
Can you believe like all that happened? It took 18 months to
Mine took
like,
damn near 2 years.
Yeah, 18
And I
months.
didn't ever at all go through what you went through. I was just trying to. She was just trying to get me financially, but whatever, didn't work.
But yeah, no, I'm glad that I'm here now today with like a different perspective on what had happened, because if I could not have this conversation,
Right.
Without like, a shaky, voice like a year ago.
Well, that's so fresh. And
But
those wounds, they do last, they last for a lifetime. But you learn to
For
live
sure.
with it. You learn to use that to your strengths and to other people to encourage them, I'm definitely a firm believer that I think things happen for a reason. That being said, I don't think anyone should get beat for any reason. I'm just saying the way our lives go, I think it's preparing us for something. Whether I don't know what that is, it's up to us to figure out our own journey, And I think about what you've just told us and how you've met Evan. And what he's doing for your son, what he's doing for you, and then what you're doing for him, and the friendships that you guys are having together. You coming here and what you're doing on this podcast, talking to people, you have no idea the people you're going to encourage through what you've been through. Sometimes that suffering may last for a moment, but the joy you get in your lifetime from helping others to let them know, hey, you know what, if I can do this, you can do it.
yeah.
Because there's no reason to let yourself be degraded or treated that way. Everyone has worth. I don't care who you are. Everybody has worth, and you should be treated for what you are worth. And no human should be getting hit by another human. It's terrible,
Yeah.
And we've had a couple guests that have come on here, and they've talked about it. One came back from Japan, circus, and it was Mylan Hosagawa. And she was getting beat severely by her man. and she finally had to. If I remember this correctly, she said she knew that when she told him that she was leaving, he was going to beat her, so she recorded it.
Wow.
She put her phone on record. And then he tried to hide all the evidence, all that, and she hit play for the police. That was it. He was done.
Dang.
Or something like that. Whatever
That's
she had,
awful.
so it takes I think it takes a lot more courage than people will ever know unless you've been through it.
Definitely.
It takes some guts. It really does. Because think about it, right? You're married, you're with this person. Yes, these bad things are happening, but you're going to have to start your life over.
Mm-hmm.
You have a child to take care of and yourself. Where are you going to stay? What's going to happen with the fear of, is there going to be retaliation? You know, you don't know. It's just like now you're stepping into the unknown. But I have so much respect for you and these other people that know have been through it, because look where you're at now.
Yeah.
It's like you could say, if I can do this, you can do it. I've made it, and it's given me, like, I'm trying to get like teared up here talking about it, because I had no idea that you've been through that. Really had no freaking clue. But the trajectory of your life is so great right now. So I think it's amazing that you have such a great attitude right now, because a lot of people can't recover from things like that.
Yeah, it took a lot of work. It's not something that just happens overnight, Like there was a long time where I couldn't even sit in restaurants with having my back to the door. Like, that was very difficult. Even to this day, like I can't load my kid in the car without looking behind me, like I still suffer from those things, like PTSD in the middle of the night, waking up. It could be the tiniest little thing that sets me off, seeing things that are not there. And it's like, it is very tough, but the thing is what I've learned, and it's taken a lot of work, is to actually, the medicine is talk. You need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're in the shit, sorry, can I say shit?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
Shit,
Like
yeah,
when you're in when you're in the shit, like you're in there alone, and it can just be like this neighborhood that is so dark and alone, and once you start having the conversations with people that you entrust with these feelings or these issues that you're, having, it's like it doesn't seem so scary, and the monster isn't so huge. It's, it's very small in a different perspective when you're talking to people,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I think you nail it on the head when you're talking about that. Cause it's like, the PTSD kind of associated with, it's like a lot of people have, and for whatever that is, not everyone has experienced the same thing, but for whatever someone's response that would give them some sort of PTSD, people bottle that up.
Yeah.
And that sends you down a bad road. It may not be soon, it could be later, whatever. And you have a lot of things you have to think about, and I'm not saying like if something crazy happens, tell everyone. I don't mean that at all. But the one thing that I can at least attest to, with having some life experience and with work related stuff, the only way I get through it is talking about it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to compare our situations here. I just mean like as far as like when you have things on, on your mind or on your heart, whatever, and if it's a friend, if it's a couple people, if it's your grandma, whatever, you know what I mean? Find that person to be able to talk about it, because it does help. And like you said, like I like the analogy of the monster becomes smaller.
Yeah.
Right? Because instead of something so daunting, now it's just like, it doesn't take it away. It doesn't make it go away. It doesn't make the feelings or the anger or the sadness or whatever go away. It just minimizes it.
Definitely.
Enough to where it's tolerable, And look at us. We're like doing full therapy session talk right now. I like it.
Go.
No, but yeah, and I think again, I it's got to be awkward to talk about it, especially on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people are going to hear it, but I think the beauty in it is that I guarantee you someone is going through something similar or can relate to it.
Absolutely.
And that's the purpose of this. You know what I mean? Like to get that out there, to have people hear it, and obviously you want to be like, yeah, it'll change their lives, but maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe it does. You know. And anyway, thank you for sharing that. That's I'm sorry that I'm obviously terrible that you had to experience it, but it sounds like you're bouncing back in the right direction hard, and that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, very
Thank
cool.
you.
Would you say therapy, was it tough for you to make the decision to do it, or You kind of welcome with open arms. Because, right, you know how there's still used to be a very big taboo thing, right?
Yeah.
You have a therapist, right? Now it's less taboo. And I think it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we need it for our
100%.
jobs, for the things we've been through, divorces, or people who've been in battle, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's good to talk it out, just like you said. And I love that you hit on that because I feel like people need to talk more.
Definitely.
Talk about what's happening in your life with people that you trust, though. Because we all know we got those friends that are fucking super dramatic and want to do all the and talk. So it's like, I have a solid 5.
Yeah.
So 2 of them are in here right now. I could tell them anything and won't leave the fucking room. And they'll be like, okay, well, let's figure this out together.
Yeah.
You know? So I think people need to find those friends or a therapist and talk, because when you get those emotions out, instead of balling it in and all that frustration, there's a lot of healing that comes out. It's like a release, right? I mean, is that something that you felt? I know I felt that way.
Yeah, I'm a horrible crier. Like, I don't cry enough. Like, I genuinely feel that way. I've gotten better, though, because I feel like everything I just, like, bottle up and I keep, in. And then, like, I physically make myself sick. I feel sick to my stomach. I'm nauseous. I can't eat. Like, once I started therapy, like, I would even be in my therapist's office. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. She's like, it's fine if you cry. Like, what's wrong with crying? It's a release. I'm like, I'm not going to cry. Yeah.
Do you say it like that, though?
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm not going to cry.
Yeah, I just, I'm like, I'm not going to cry.
This time, Doc.
Everything's fine,
I'm fine. I'm good.
But no, I wasn't, like, to answer your question before, I was like, I wasn't like, like, oh yeah, I'm going to dive into therapy. It was more of just like, to be honest, like, I tried group therapy first, but I just felt like it wasn't for me.
I've never tried that.
Yeah, it wasn't for me because where I was receiving therapy was at a woman's, facility for like domestic violence.
Okay.
I was referred to with like from the DA referred it to me. Okay. So I went.
So it's government owned, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I went and I did group therapy and everything, but I just felt like, I don't know, like I noticed like this, not all of them, but I noticed a lot of women were just kind of like stuck with like the emotions and everything that had just happened. And they had been there for like 3-5 years.
Oh my God.
And I literally, the incident just occurred like less than 6 months ago. Wow. And the therapist that was running the group therapy asked me if I was interested in individual therapy, because she was like, oh, I feel that maybe this would be best for you because I feel like these people are stuck. So maybe we should, have individual therapy. Yeah. So we did so, and she's amazing. And I had a lot of growth with just having the individualized therapy. So it wasn't really something, I think I just went into it because I'm like, I don't like talking to people. I don't like group settings. But I'm here on this podcast nonetheless.
I like it. Stepping out.
Seems like it's going good. I feel like it's
it's going really good. But I mean, to be vulnerable and to talk to people about your feelings and what you've been, it's tough. That is not easy. And I would say, I don't know if it's harder for men or women, but I'll just say for me as
statistics show men.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
My whole life, I've never gone to therapy, and then I went once I started going through divorce because it's just overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
And everything we're taught at divorce is just it's terrible. It's embarrassing. You're going through all this shit. You think people think less of you. It's just it's a mess, right? And really, everyone just wants to know if you're okay.
Yeah.
Right? I've totally overthought it, but I just remember feeling overwhelmed, and I felt like I definitely made bad decisions during that time. I secluded myself. I stopped talking to people. I stopped doing the things I love: surfing, exercising, all this stuff, and I was just sitting in my house. Yeah. Just sitting here, no TV on, just thinking about shit. It's like, what am I fucking doing?
Yeah.
And finally, someone's like, you need to talk to somebody. I did. And it's like you said, it was just like this well opened up, and it was just freaking overflow with all these things.
And you learned so much about yourself.
Yeah, you realize, and it's like this whole time I was thinking like, God, like I'm such a piece of shit. I'm such a failure, this and that. And then my shout out Matt. What's up, bro? He's my therapist. Dude. Love that guy because he's like, what are you feeling? I was like, I just feel like a failure. I'm a piece of shit, this and that, da da da. He's like, who's telling you that? I thought, oh, well, nobody. He's like, you're telling yourself this and it's not true. Let's talk about some of the positives in your life first. we start talking, but then we even dug even deeper, went back even farther, right? He's like
childhood.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to
hate it when they do that.
I know, God.
Like, don't go there.
It's uncomfortable. It really is. But if you really want it to work, you have to be honest with yourself and
Yeah.
with this person, right? It's third party. They're professionals. Doesn't leave the room. But going from childhood and working through like a death in the family with my brother and other things and divorce, you start realizing it's like you're human.
Yeah.
You're going through these experiences. That's a part of the human condition.
Mm-hmm.
Being let down, being happy, being confused, being stabbed in the back. This is a part of our life of being on this earth. How are we going to deal with it? You can't deal with it by just sitting back.
Yeah.
You got to talk to somebody.
You got to do the work.
Oh, yeah. And it sucks. It's uncomfortable. And, you know, I always tell people comfort's a slow death.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Complacency kills.
Oh, my God, it does.
There's 2 bumper stickers right there.
I know, right?
I was like, if I had the little ring thing, I'd be like, ding.
Oh, this thing?
There you go. Sorry,
I totally forgot that was there because I can't see it with all
the
the
Kook
drinks in the way.
Slams hard seltzer was in the way.
It is. Same with mine. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a bell here.
Yeah. No, that's actually I wanted to ask you because you're going to school right now. You said, right?
I am. I never thought I was
So-
going to be in school, but here I am in school again.
Yeah. Can I? Is it have anything to do with any kind of counseling roles or anything like that?
So I'm majoring in psychology.
Ooh,
Yeah,
girl, you got some brains up in there.
Kind of, I guess.
Be proud of it. That's
But
awesome.
yeah.
but no, yeah. It's very hard for me to give myself kudos. But yeah, like to be honest, like I didn't think I was.
Slide me the bell. Don't you ring it. I'm ringing it. Give me that thing. What are you studying again?
Psychology.
Let's go, people. Very
But
good.
no, yeah. I went back to school and everything, and I never thought that I was gonna ever go to college, but I decided to go, and to be honest, like it's funny. It's like a love-hate. Like I love the challenge, and sometimes I hate it because the balance of like motherhood and going to school is very difficult. But
On top of working full time.
yeah, so it's like
You're
it's
working full-time?
It's tough.
Gangster, dude.
Good for you.
Gangster.
Good for you. That's cool.
So, but yeah, no, I'm going to school.
Okay. Do you, as far as like a potential, the only reason I'm just trying to tie this all in because it sounds like with the work experience, how you gotten through everything and stuff, you have like a pretty solid base of knowledge and experience to like help people get through things. You know what I mean? And not saying that it should be or anything.
Yeah, no,
just
I
mean,
get
like,
what you're saying.
It just sounds like you kind of got that, you know, I feel like a lot of times when you're talking to people, if they can relate, you know, on a lot of levels and like, or having had experience something like that, you know, you'd listen to those people a little bit, just a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
well, that's cool. What do you do? What do you want to do with
So I'm like,
psychology
I'm
degree?
so torn. Like right now, I'm in baby college right now, so I'm in junior college right now. But I just actually,
Still in college. Help. Don't even
You're
say all
still in
that. No,
college.
you're still in college.
so I know Evan says the same thing.
Still in college. That's right.
So I applied to schools this week to some schools this week. So I'm just like, you know, I'm in the transfer process and everything.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure. I'm always torn. Sometimes I want to, you know, be like a therapist, like for like counseling and whatnot, like social work maybe. Other times I want to do like behavior therapy because my son's autistic also.
Okay.
So pretty much like my life entails of just, you know, balancing motherhood, but it's not just like typical motherhood, it's atypical motherhood, you know? So it's like 30 hours of therapies that he goes through. And it's so interesting, the world of like the autism community. Because there's so much that goes into that. And it's crazy. So sometimes I do want to do counseling and other times I want to do behavior therapy.
Well, you have time
I do.
to figure it out
Oh, yeah.
as far as what direction you want to go. But either of those fields are super admirable. And I feel like you fit the mold of the like, go get them, you know, whatever life throws at you, you still go get what you want.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a lot, you know, working full time, going to school, even though you call it baby college. I'm like, listen, I do computer college. So at least
my degree,
at least
baby.
you physically go somewhere because
No. I do everything online too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have to tell anybody that. It was just,
So,
Hey, I got me
I'm
up
sorry,
here,
I'm
okay?
legit.
I'm doing my master's online, so
I know. Congratulations.
appreciate
I
it.
heard.
Thank you,
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. You know who's got a master's in here?
Sorry.
Our
that was
camera
overreach.
guy, Sam.
Oh,
Yo como la fe. He's a
Sam, you have
well-educated
your
man.
master's degree?
Wow. In
No
what?
shit.
Yeah.
Well,
In what?
In healthcare administration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a smart man.
Nice.
Yeah, there's pictures of him online, like holding his degree and shit. I was like, God
Oh,
damn it,
wow.
I gotta catch up.
I would be too. Master's degree? That's fucking cool, man.
That's cool.
Good for you. I knew you were a smart guy.
It's part of our team. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? I love it, dude. I freaking love it. That's
Yeah.
cool. No, I think a lot of good things are in store for you. You know, I don't think things are happening in your life that you can't handle. I do think it's prepping you for something really good. And
Yeah.
Again, it's your journey to figure that out, but I think good shit. And you got a great, strong family going on right now. So everything that's happened to you, I'm really excited. I really am. I think it's all positive, and it takes guts. It really does. It takes guts to start over and do that, to be working full time,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
a mom, to go to school full time. I love it because you're not letting anything get in your way.
Yeah.
You're just making it work. You know, is it easy? I definitely probably is not.
No, I was telling you when I got here, I was like, oh my God, I had a shit day.
I was
And
like,
now I
let me
have to
pour
go
you
to
a
Let's
drink.
Go.
Yeah, I was like, let me pour you a drink. Let's have a drink.
I was like, yeah. But no, today I had an IEP meeting, and I don't know. Do you guys know what IEP is?
No.
So it's a individualized education plan, and it's known with kids that are in school age, and they have pretty much like an education plan who are typically they're special needs.
Okay.
Considering he's autistic, he needs like an individualized education plan. So like the kid is smart. Like he can count to 200 easy.
Yeah.
Like bless you.
Thank you.
Like he'll just read all the time. Like you read him a book once and he memorizes it.
So like super high functioning.
Yes, high functioning. And yeah, like right now, like when I was telling you, I was like, I just had like not the greatest day, because I read like a 40-page report that the school psychologist like script up and was like, pretty much watching him in his class and playing outside. And it's like, some of the things are sad to read because it's like, oh man, like he's struggling, pretty much like his attention, like joint attention to be able to sit still and be at his desk is so difficult for him. Like she was like, 16% of the time he's actually engaged in schoolwork. I'm like, that's low,
Yeah.
So like that's where like behavior therapy comes in, which is what I was talking about. Like, I would like to, maybe learn like behavior therapy. But like, yeah, like anyways. So that's what an IEP is. And yeah, it's just like it's not easy. It's not like, it's like the balance of everything. And then also let's not even talk about like, I'm in a relationship too.
Yeah,
we live together.
I know. Yeah.
Like you gotta.
It's work, but it's good work.
Yes.
It's like dying to self every day, right? You're
Yeah.
trying to be with somebody, so it's like, God, you have the full spectrum of everything going on.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to tell you.
I love
something.
that play on words, spectrum.
Full spectrum. It's a full spectrum of things going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. They thought I was autistic.
Really.
Yeah, whether I am or not, whatever. And my mom, was really worried about it for when I was a baby. But I turned out fine. Now, it takes me longer to study things. I have dyslexia as well.
Me too.
So it takes me longer to study, but I remember it was a teacher in 10th grade who was like, okay, read it out loud, write it down, and say it out loud again. Once I learned to do that, I got everything like that. So I've had a few friends who, a friend the other day called me up, and I don't know, it was Friday, I called him. Yeah, I added him to my list of my Friday dudes that I called, do my brother check. Guys I know are just kind of have some difficult times. And I called him. We hadn't talked in years. And we started texting, and I was just like, I'm just going to call him on Fridays. And we were talking. He's like, hey, man, I want to talk to you. I listened to your podcast about mental health, and you were saying how
That was a good one.
more men need to talk. He's like, do you have time to talk? I'm like, dude, bring it. His son was diagnosed with autism, and he just broke down crying on the phone. And I was like, oh, bro, I'm so sorry. Like, I said, wait. I'm like, look, bro, all hope is not lost. They thought I was autistic. I was like, you don't know. Let your son develop. Let's see where life takes him first. It's like, you have no idea. He could be some mathematician savant. The next thing you know, he's solving the world's problems and he's getting Nobel Prizes. Or next thing you know, he's playing the piano and he doesn't even have to be taught how to do it. He can just do it, right? Now, for me, I'm terrible at math. I do have a degree. It took me 13 years to get it. But music, I used to write music. Like music, I can pick up like that. I can hear something play on the radio. I can go pick up a guitar and just start jamming.
Nice.
On it. And then singing and all. Like no one had to teach me. I just was able to kind of just do it. When I play guitar my whole life, I taught myself. I would just listen to songs and play. You know, so
That's
I
a
don't.
gift.
Well, yeah. So I'm saying is like I tell people like just wait. I mean, yes, like listen to your doctor, but you just don't know. You have no clue. So don't let it ever. I'm not saying for you, but it's like anyone that's dealing with that, it's not the end. You just don't know. You really don't know. Let the kid develop first.
Definitely. And then like to caveat to that is that like there's so many people that I've met in like the community that people have recently had their child diagnosed with autism, and like they think it's like earth shattering, like oh my God, like you know, they just think the end of the world of everything. And it's crazy because when he was diagnosed, I didn't think of it as like the end of the world. I was just like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah.
You know, so it was like about early intervention.
You were like full mama bear mode. All right, but we're gonna fucking handle this.
Yeah, I was like, let's do this, you know? And you know, at that time, like it was like, you know, I was in my past relationship and everything. So it was not the greatest situation. I was like, I didn't have the greatest support to go through that process. So it was more of just like fight or flight. I was like, okay, like what's next? You know, like what do we need to do? And but yeah, you know, I do, you know, it's something that I talk to Evan with, and I literally have topics like on my notes, like over 60 topics to talk about. I'm like, you know what? I think I want to start a YouTube channel about parenting, you know, an atypical life. Yeah. And it's like, it's so interesting because people think about like, they think that having that diagnosis, it's like, it's the end, it's earth shattering. Like, oh, like, you know, they think that, you know, all hope is lost. I'm like, no, your child can develop when you give them the environment to thrive in and give them services and advocate for them so that they can have everything that they need to their advantage to help them develop and, you know, live a normal life just like everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, so that is something that, you know, it's in the works. I actually just made a Instagram handle.
Very good.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I was
in
like,
regards
are you
to
pursuing it or
yeah, I am.
Awesome.
It's going to be a slow progression because of the balance of things. But I'm like, I definitely want to prioritize it in the next year or so. But yeah, so it's funny. Like I feel like a lot of people that know the community, it's like, so the Instagram handle is Mama Needs Reinforcements.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
it.
Mama needs reinforcements.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So
I'm a terrible speller, so you're gonna have to forward that to me.
Yes, same.
Like, we'll put it up on the post for the show.
when it gets legit. Yeah. But no, that is something that I do want to pursue because I feel so like sad when I meet moms that are I meet them in the community, like whether it be at occupational therapy, speech therapy, or behavior therapies at these centers, and like they're just like crying in their cars,
right?
Or just like, you know, like I feel so bad because they're always apologizing because the kid's having a meltdown, and it could be for the smallest things. It's like, oh, you know, it's too loud, it's too crowded, or they're not wearing the shirt that they typically wear because it's dirty. Because like my child is like very like, he's like, oh, he likes what he wants. And it's like, oh, I don't want this shirt. I'm like, well, sorry, you're going to wear it because I'm sorry there's buttons, but that's the only clean shirt you have right now, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And he hates it. But it makes me feel compelled to start like a platform to talk about these things. Like, when it's like, how difficult is it to process? It's like you have your child, you get referred to a psychologist, you go get the child evaluated 3 times to make sure that the diagnosis is correct. And then you take your child that is typical, right? And then you come back and you bring that child, and all of a sudden you're bringing home autism into your home. What do you do with that? What are you supposed to do next? And like, that sounds so scary and daunting. And for people who, you know, can't get past that or like are having a hard time processing it, like I hated that feeling. So I'm like, oh, if I can help someone, like that would be so fulfilling for me.
I love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, great idea. And, you know, like you're saying, I think that for a lot of people, you know, with, you know, all the things that we've been talking about, but that specifically, especially having firsthand experience, you know, with the process of it, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wouldn't just stop at YouTube. I would do like short TikTok videos. I would plug the heck out of it, because things like that, there are a lot of people out there that look for that.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd be surprised, but you know, next thing you know, you'd be like, I have 4 million followers and all this, you know what I mean? And then it turns into something where you can do what you love and have great experience in and, you know, make money on the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the best of both worlds, really. But no, that's such a. Oh, you said, could you repeat the name of the
Mama
handle?
needs reinforcements.
Mama needs reinforcements.
Underscore reinforcements.
Mama needs underscore reinforcements,
Yeah.
and you do have an Instagram handle. So start building that. Start building that following.
follow.
you know?
We'll start plugging.
I literally just made it this week, so I was like, you know what?
okay.
I just
Super
like
new.
I just like wake up and I just think of these like crazy things.
You're
I
like,
just like
yeah,
I
I
just
gotta-
have like all these ideas and I just write them down.
Love it. I love
You
it.
know?
Have you seen the autism flag?
Flag?
Or like their logo, or I've seen it on a flag.
the
a
puzzle?
logo. Yeah, the puzzle pieces come
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
And
Like
it
the rainbow.
says- Well, yeah, it's like different colors, but it's like puzzle pieces come together, and it says different, not less.
Oh yes, yes.
So there's
I've seen that.
where I work right now. They employ people with different types of handicaps and issues, and some you definitely have autism. And they go around and they deliver mail. They help with cleaning certain things, and I have grown to. I look forward to going to work every day because I get to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because there's always just this innocent happiness every single day where I walk in, I'm like, well, I'm fucking tired, and I got to deal with this. And one of my favorite guys, his name is Tim. It's my same name. And he has so much attention to detail. I love it. He's like, oh yeah, today, you know, that one curl's off. And he goes, see, he took a picture and showed me. I was like, oh shit, you're right. Fuck, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, fix that.
They're like, Tim, today we're going to learn how to count cards.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're going to Vegas.
But he always says he's always like, I really like your tattoos, and he goes about the lines and all. So I was like, you know, I love these. So I told him, I was like, hey man, I told him, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I have a tattoo scheduled for next month to get that autism tattooed on me, the puzzle pieces and different, not less.
Oh really?
And I told Tim,
I love that.
Yeah, and he started clapping. He got really excited. He's like, I can't wait to see it.
I've been wanting a puzzle piece tattoo
Oh,
too.
and I was just so happy, you know. I'm
That's so
like,
cool.
because he has no idea how much I look forward to seeing him every day.
Oh.
He has no idea. And once I told him I was gonna get that tattoo, and he's like, "You're getting that because of me?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Like you're one of my good friends here." So he was super stoked and stuff. So
Cool.
yeah, again, all that to say, it's like
They're very particular.
Yeah.
Like they have their muses.
yeah.
Like my kid loves everything marine life, like ocean. I'm like, I'm terrified of the ocean. You can't pay me to go into, I don't know how you do it. Like, honestly,
love it.
I see his posts. I'm like, how does he does it? Like, honestly, like, I'm just like, I'm terrified. I'm like, we go to the beach and Evan's like, oh yeah. Like, he's like, Daddy, I want water. And he's like, okay. I'm like, no, please don't. Please don't. And he's like, no, just waist high. I'm like, please don't, please don't. He can't even swim. And he's in swim class too. He's like so strong. It's crazy. Like
That's good for him.
he's
Swimming
so
is
strong.
really good for him.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, you know, I was a swimmer in high school, so I played water polo and everything. Yeah, yeah. All right. And so I've always been a strong swimmer. So I was like, automatically, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put him into swimming because he's gonna play water polo like me and everything. And yeah, like he loves it. Have you seen Octopus Teacher on Netflix?
Yo, that was trippy.
He
Sam,
watches
did you
that
watch
almost
that?
every day.
Did you watch
Oh,
that?
really? I don't. No, I don't.
Okay,
see
so
Mm-hmm.
it's cool to watch. Like for me as an adult watching it though, I'm kind of like, I
Don't watch
know.
it high.
Bro. No comment.
it. I would.
It's almost like a love story.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
trippy. You know, you're kind of like, huh?
Can you give me a brief synopsis without ruining?
Okay, so
I
it's
don't know if it's ruining the story, but just you know what I mean.
The short of it is, it's a guy who follows this small octopus through most of its life.
Yeah, a year of its life.
A year of its life, and
Because they only last for a year.
Yeah, they grow a bond, and it's almost like he kind of like loves this.
They had
octopus,
a relationship.
Oh,
and-
interesting.
Yeah, they make it almost in this weird, like, kind of a love story. I kind of was like,
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
How
It's
have I
still
not
on
seen
there.
this?
It's still on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
called
in.
My Octopus Teacher.
My octopus teacher.
Don't get me wrong, it's a good documentary, but I was also like, God, this is kind of.
Does he like narrate it? He's like,
He-
today I was down with the octopus and we looked at
yeah.
the seaweed and
Well,
we
no.
picked up shells.
It was like it's like he narrates some parts. Yeah, it's mostly him just talking, like the
Oh, okay.
documenter. Yeah.
Mentor. Hey, you're the one in college. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's the one going for the masters.
True. Sam.
I don't know shit. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. It's all good.
I'm not getting my degree in any sort of writing or English composition. So
Management.
But yeah, you should watch it.
okay, I'm in.
Where do you find your strength?
Strength?
Yeah, you have a strength about you that I think most people don't have. The fact that what you've been through with domestic abuse, you know, how you're handling your son. You don't seem. It seems like stuff happens. You're not phased. You just get through it. Where do you find your strength from? It's like it seems like you have a mental strength about you that honestly I don't think I have.
It's okay. It's gonna sound a little silly, but I really like Wonder Woman.
That's not silly at all.
You know?
Oh,
It's like,
Is that okay? I saw it
Yeah.
like 20 minutes ago, and I saw the corner of it, and I was like,
So-
"Is that the Wonder Woman sign?"
Dude, fuck
yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, your dog just scared the I'm so
I thought
glad
you ripped the
camera-
cord.
No, I just went. No, you know what I mean? Like I got electrocuted. It was Bryn. She licked my elbow. I was like,
my girl, dude.
I don't know. I haven't had my elbow licked. It was
Love
weird.
Sam.
It's a thing.
Sam.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It definitely is. There anything you want to look up that's
Yeah,
crazy? It's a thing.
yeah. But no, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like I just have this fascination with Wonder
Is it
Woman.
since a kid?
It's since a kid, yeah. And it's like it's not just her. It's like so it is her. Just like this quote in the movie. I think it's like, "Oh, Diana, you're stronger than you know. You have greater power than you know." And that's in like the new Wonder Woman. But it really resonated with me as an adult. So I think what's carrying out like my strength that I find as an adult is that, because I feel like I always had motivation and drive as a kid and as a young adult, but as I've gotten older, I feel like the self-doubt is there constantly, you know? So it's like I always have to remind myself, and you know, you can ask, I literally wear this like every single day. I never take it off.
I love it.
Never
Hell
take it
yeah.
off. It's like it's a good reminder. I actually have an appointment to get a Wonder Woman sleeve.
No.
Oh, yeah?
I do.
Oh, is it
I
with,
do.
with Sean?
No, actually, Sean started my Han Solo blaster on my thigh. We're gonna finish it
Really?
still. Yeah, it's on
Let's
his
go,
site.
Sean. I love it.
Yeah.
Han
He's so
Solo
sweet.
blaster
I
tattoo?
do. It says never tell me the odds.
It's like, I love you. He's like, I know. I love Star Wars.
It's so funny. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's funny. Evan told me, he's like, I love you. I'm like, I know. And he's like, did you just quote Han Solo? I'm like, I did. He's like,
Good.
I do love you.
I do love you more.
I was just gonna say, I was like, so do you guys have like battles of the house? He's Thor, you're Wonder Woman.
That's funny. No, we don't. But no, it's funny because I named my son after one of Batman's sons, right? So it's like funny because he's not even infatuated with Batman. He loves Superman, and I was like, how? But you're one of the Robins, you know?
I got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Got you.
Good.
But yeah.
So is there
And
definitely?
also, like,
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
no, I was gonna say, and also like it's not just like the Wonder Woman. I guess that I find my strength from, but it's also like I always think. I don't know if this is healthy, but I'm like I always think it's like, oh, no matter how bad like I think that I have it. It's like someone out there has it worse than what I have.
I mean, it's
not
true.
even my low is my lowest low. I'm like, it can never be, does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a way to rationalize the current scenario that you're in,
Yeah.
or whatever. Or if you're having a bad day, or going through a bad time, or having the worst day ever.
Yeah.
Right. If you can kind of take a step back, because there's like for sure someone out there that's probably like having a worse
Yeah.
time, and whatever that process is. And I'm not saying that's what you should do, but you know what I mean? Because I feel like I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen to me, bitch, to myself.
Yeah. Or
When
like
I'm driving home, you're like, you just talk to yourself for 5 minutes about just listen, like go back and re-list the things that you just complain about. There's like millions of people in the rest of the world that'd be like, man, they'd switch places with you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's also good to remind yourself, like, oh, if you're having a bad day or if you're like feeling down about yourself, and it's like, I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. I'm like, oh yeah, I do this all the time. Like, no, I definitely fall into those like moments in my life where I'm like, I'm down for days. I'm just like shitting on my own parade. I feel awful. And, again, it's like easier to talk to people. So like once those people start telling you, it's like, but look how far you've come.
Oh my
Where
God.
were you 2 years ago? I was like, you know what? You're right.
I love hearing that when someone says that. Give it up, girl. I think that's
cheers, yeah.
cheers. I think that so often I say it to myself, but to others, it's like life. It's gonna get difficult sometimes, but from where you were at, during those tough times where you're now, it's like you can take that encouragement and feel proud of yourself because look how far you've come.
Yeah.
I think that all the time. Like, you know what? If I can get through all that shit, I can get through anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm thinking about it now. That's why I ask, where the heck do you get your strength? Because that's a lot to go through. It really is. And me personally, I think men and women are wired different. That's just, it is what it is, right? And I think for a female to go through that, it's a deep thing. I think a woman's heart is a very deep well, deep ocean. And that's just me personally. And I love that because that's what it offsets a couple. I think it's great. That's why when a female goes to that, I'm like, oh my God, some crumble, but some rise above, right?
Yeah.
It's difficult. And to see you be successful and to be going to school, to be in a full-time relationship, you have a son and you're working hard and you're still positive and you're still ticking along. You're going like, yeah, I've been through this, but here I am now. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, fuck it.
I'm upset because it's because men are shallow. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, I like to joke around and say we're all very simplistic, but we're human, or let me rephrase that. We're sentient beings.
Sentient beings, baby.
That's about as PC as I can make it.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. And I like what you said because you're like, look, just because things are going great doesn't mean every day is a great day.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times if you've experienced stuff or haven't gone through some traumatic things, that even when the situation's great and, you still have days where you think about or you're harder on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Or you could be just negative. You know what I mean?
Like that negative
And
self-talk.
for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or at least that's my experience, that sometimes like, why am I thinking like that? Or like, why, or
Why am I saying that to
acting
about
that
myself?
way?
Yeah.
Or like all of a sudden it's like, I'd be walking around the house and I'll kind of be in a shitty mood, My wife would be like, it's your deal.
Yeah.
It's like we're having a good, like everything's been going good, and now all of a sudden you're pissed about this or whatever, and it's just like, because I think it's life, but it doesn't mean that like you can't get out of that and change it up or move forward or whatever your kind of reset process is once you've reached those points. The fact is that you can do it, and that's I don't know. I feel like we've said a lot of like really important things that people should write down because. It's real. And like the more and more people, it's like whether we have on the show or meet in person, personally or whatever. And it's like you realize there's a lot of people in the same boat. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that have dealt with crazy things and like, they might not be at that point at which they're coming out of the hole, but they're trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, again, it's like, don't stop,
Yeah.
keep going,
Never give up.
And
I'm trying to think of the Batman quote. It's always darkest before the dawn.
Oh, that's true.
oh, you're a DC comic fan.
I am.
Okay, yeah. I was like Batman,
Or her
Wonder Woman.
Evan too, right? Isn't Evan?
Yeah, he is. Well, I feel like he likes, I don't know which is his favorite, but he likes all comics. Like he's like the nerd. I'm not the nerd. He's the nerd.
I
Wearing
do
a Wonder Woman bracelet.
Honestly,
You have a Han Solo blaster tattoo.
I do,
mean, like I'm not
yeah.
saying you're a nerd, but like you're accepted in the community.
would you and Evan go to Comic-Con? Have you guys been to Comic-Con?
I would love to. We've never been, but I would love to.
Well, I know with this whole COVID changed everything. I don't know.
Dude, I've
Hopefully
tried to
they have
buy.
it again.
Oh, sorry. I was like, dude, I've tried to buy tickets.
Is it hard?
twice. Yeah, you have to be like on the thing because like I love
Which
all
one?
that
LA or
stuff.
like LA, San Diego?
It was a San Diego one.
Okay.
And anyway, I've
I
tried.
thought about
You know, at first I was like, I felt like silly. Like I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm trying to buy tickets doing this. But dude, it's cool. You know, and like,
Wait, you've been?
no, but I want to go.
I would love to
watch
go.
all, like you know, I basically just like run through the pictures and like see everyone dressed up and like I don't know who I'd dress up as, but I totally would partake on it.
You seem like a Loki to me.
Loki?
Yeah.
Loki?
Wait, is that bad?
You answer that question. You know who Loki is. You're like, hey, you know who you remind me of?
No,
You're
like
the
you
Riddler.
paint me as the no.
Hey,
I like
yeah.
Loki.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. But
You paint me as like a villain. I see a villain,
Oh, I could see a villain.
right?
What about
It's
Sam?
like-
What do you see Sam as?
Oh, he's a good guy for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's sexy
yeah.
as fuck.
You too.
Okay, what about me? Good guy?
Yeah, good guy.
Let's go. Sorry, buddy.
I don't know what it is. It's just the face.
guy, Sam.
It's just like the. It's just
I
the.
look like a bad person?
Yeah, but so does Evan. Don't take it personally.
I thought we established this. Evan looks like mean
Yeah,
Thor.
he looks like
No, I'm just
Thor,
kidding. You don't
but
look like
he
mean
looks like
I was
Thor,
just-
but
I
I
was just
kid
tying you in, dude.
No, like Evan does look like Thor, but I always tell him like, oh, he like most of the roles. I think I'm like, oh, if you were a movie star, like you would get cast in all the bad guy roles because like you're like how you look.
I've never told Evan this yet, but I did a while ago write a script for him, and he was the villain. He was the villain, but he was like the
There's a
main
look.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the movie to be, or wrote this script to be for the about the villain.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was mainly I wrote it for him. So I still have that in my folder called dailies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think I've ever in my life been told that I look like a villain.
I'm sorry.
I've always been like, oh, you're a nice person. Or you're this. And I was like, this whole time, I was like, I'm just twisted. What kind of... that's interesting. I'm
You know what
sorry.
they would
I don't
call
know
you?
why.
It's like you're the villain where it's like
Can I be a
it's like-
vigilante where it's like, I may not follow the rules, but I'm helping people?
sure.
Can I?
Alright.
You know what?
You can play that off. Yeah.
You'd be the villain that sees everything. You know why? I have a name for you.
What's that?
They call you Eyes.
Eyes?
Ojos.
Ojos. That would be in the South American edit for the movie. It's like, ojos.
It's his eyes. I swear to God.
Is it really?
You fucking look your eyes how they dart, dude.
I
That's
know.
what I call them fucking eyes.
Do I... Like intently? Am I freaky looking?
No,
remember
no,
that
it's not
post?
bad. It's
Oh,
just like
okay. I was like,
No,
look,
no.
I'm really sorry.
You
It's
have,
just
like-
how I look. I can't change
not
that.
bad. It's not bad.
The lights, you know. I'm looking. I'm scanning between when you're talking.
Do you remember the post I tagged him in, Sam? Well, everybody knew the dog coming up, and they cut holes for the eyes, his nose to go through, and you see that dog's eyes darting around. I was, that's fucking Jordan, dude.
I'm not like sweating or anything. I mean, I look like I'm intent. I'm like,
no, like he has like piercing eyes.
Yeah, he has piercing eyes.
Yeah,
It's
I
not a
tell
bad
Evan the
thing.
same thing. I'm like, you have piercing eyes,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
you just have piercing eyes. It's not
shout
bad.
out Evan. Apparently, we have piercing eyes.
Hey, body by Evan, dude.
Yeah, I was like, get you chiseled and stare intently. Yeah, it's cool.
I freaking love it. Well, hey, we got some questions for you, but before we do that, because Evan he believed in us very early on and came on the show, and we've been trying to get you on here about a year now. And I'm just honestly, I just want to say I know it sounds weird, but I'm so proud of you.
Me?
I'm so happy for you. God, you've had dark days, but so much is happening for you that's so good. And I think people hearing your story and the things that you've talked about and having the courage to come on here and talk about it, I think you're going to change more lives than you think. You know, I always say it's a ripple effect, right? You throw that rock into the lake, makes that small splash, but you never know how far those ripples go out, and it just keeps affecting more and more people. So thank you. I really am honored to have you on here. I'm glad that you're a part of this. I'm glad that you're part of our lives and with Evan. And He's gonna have a body by Evan. You know, I had a body by Evan.
I'm getting there, dude.
But all to say, you know, I love you and Evan. I love you guys, and I'm just it's just a really good thing. And so we have hats for you guys. If you guys check that out, Let's Go.podcast. That's for you and Evan.
Oh,
So thank you so much.
thanks. I'm gonna take dibs on my favorite one.
Yeah, you get to pick first. Evan gets second chance.
It's like
I love
here's
this.
another
Thank
one.
you.
Don't say it on camera though, so then he'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And by the way, these are originals. We only had 11 made. They'll never be made like that again. So don't lose that hat.
wow.
Because
Okay,
we have a
no.
logo that we haven't released yet. Well, we have. It's on our YouTube channel. But I think these are special edition. Can we say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
These
special.
are, these are the OG.
Yeah. Only
The
the
OG
crew.
Let's Go
Sam has
podcast.
one. The crew, we have one. That's
I feel
about it.
So special right now.
Girl, let's go.
Thank you, guys.
So, yeah. Jordan,
So
what you got, babe?
you said I look like a villain.
He's still stuck.
It's the eyes, man. It's the eyes.
It's like it doesn't like it cut me a little bit to the core a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. I'll roll with it. I'm gonna go home and tell my wife. I'm gonna be like,
Dude,
I'm
she's
the bad guy.
she's probably get turned
I'm
on,
gonna
bro.
like,
I
I'll be
know.
like
I was
that,
gonna
like,
say.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm with the bad boy. Let's go.
Yeah, let's say that's how it'll go down. I'm sure. She'd be like, "Where have you been?" Anyway, okay. So we have a couple questions, and just don't have to think about them too long. And there's the ones I went through them. They're not like super dirty or anything. So,
Thank you.
of course, dude. Of course. Okay, number 1. Who'd you rather kill? No, I'm just kidding.
Did you see my face? I had piercing eyes.
I thought you checked these, bro.
I was like, you said I was evil. Yeah, I was like, what kind of questions do you think I'm gonna
I
ask?
see what you did there. I see what you did there. Very good.
No, okay, all right. So first question, it says, would you rather have a chef, a masseuse, or a chauffeur for the rest of your life?
A chef.
Okay.
I'm gonna go chef.
Yeah.
Sam.
Chef.
Oh my God, we're all gonna have the same answer.
Yeah, because you know you're gonna
How
have a
rad would
healthier
that be?
body and lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, but
Body
like-
by Evan.
Absolutely. How rad would that be though to actually have a chef? That's why I
That would
feel
be
like
nice,
when
yeah.
like these like celebrities or whatever, and it's just like they're always not always, but a lot of them are always in this great shape. And I'm like, dude, if I had somebody that just made like the perfect meal plan for me
Yeah.
every day, and I never had to worry about it. But it's
Well-
like it's not like frozen meals or anything. It's like they literally just whipped it up for
Fresh.
And
Yeah.
also, if you're getting fucking $10 million a job, you know what I'm saying?
you. Yeah, the stress
Yeah,
part.
I would probably get in shape pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh yeah. I was like, I guess if you take that part out of life where you just don't have to worry about money anymore,
Yeah,
you're probably
exactly.
no cortisol release,
Right.
Exactly.
right? Or at least for something else. Anyway, okay. Question number 2. Would you rather have no music for the rest of your life or have all music be sung by your significant other?
Oh my God.
That's a great question.
That's really good.
Oh man.
No music for the rest of your life, or
you-
have your significant other sing to you.
But it's every song. Like, or no, so like, well, we can just say even if there's music, like they're the ones singing.
Wow. That's hard.
That's a tough one because I
I know
grew
for
up in the arts and music, bro. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a real hard one. I can't do without music.
Yep.
I cannot do without music. I would make sure I found somebody that was probably
Had a good voice.
musically inclined.
I'm gonna take music.
Okay.
No
Yeah.
no music.
No, I'm gonna take the music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be like.
Yeah.
Just singing like oldies, but like screaming them.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, maybe it's something
It's
cool.
Slipknot every day. Like, damn,
Yeah.
dude.
Does he listen to that kind of music?
He does actually. It's funny because I feel like he has a wide span of like genres of music. Like he likes.
I love
like,
that guy. He's such an interesting cat.
He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 Finger Death Punch, and then he's like Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran's awesome.
You know?
I get. Hey, shout out Evan, dude. Don't own
Love Ed
that
Sheeran.
shit.
Speaking of music, you know, I didn't know because I have that Apple. Is it Apple streaming where you pay $10 a month,
yeah,
whatever?
Yeah.
They have a channel called it's like chill piano music. That's
Yeah.
all I've been listening to for the past 2 weeks in my car, and it's like keeps me. I don't know. It keeps me calm in the car, like driving to and from work, like coming home and stuff. I just feel way more relaxed.
Yeah.
And I had a guy at work, JD actually. He got in the car, we had to drive somewhere. He's like, "Is this piano?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, we can change it, man." He's like, No, this is nice, man. I like this. So anyone who wants to like calm music, chill piano music,
Yeah.
Dude.
Apple.
I just left the boys at the house right now, and Evan was playing chill piano music to like wind him down because he was like up here, and I was like, he needs to chill a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta try that out.
It works.
I listen to a lot of reggae music, so
Reggae.
yeah.
So you like ska too?
Oh my god, I used to love like high school, like
yeah.
that time. I was all into it. Anyway, we won't go into that part. But I would also pick music as well. Sam.
Hell yeah! And there's no life without music. And you said what you said earlier was amazing. I've been listening to it's a sleep jazz playlist on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing, man. I just listen to that and just
Dude, isn't that calming?
vibe out. It's amazing. I
It's
read,
totally calming.
I listen. I just do whatever just with that.
Yeah.
Just let it play.
What is it called?
It's called sleep jazz.
Sleep jazz?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's classical. There's some piano in there. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, I dig jazz music, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
awesome.
Yeah.
There's a jazz bar in Fullerton. We should go.
I'm in.
I swear to
dude.
God.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's a whiskey bar, which it's just they just play live jazz music. People on
That's
trumpets. and-
nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I went one time and then anyways, I'll leave it at that. I was
Dude,
kicked out a little bit.
I was trying to think.
I got a little too liquored up.
for the jazz bar.
You had the jazz hands.
just like plays jazz flute, dude, like Ron Burgundy over here. No, it's what movie was it? What made me think about? There's one. There's a Disney movie, like a Pixar one. Soul.
Princess and the Frog?
No, Soul.
Soul.
Soul. Oh, my
dude,
kid's obsessed
deep.
with Soul.
Yeah, I love that movie. I think and it's super deep. It like
It's
for
a
a
very
kids
deep-
movie,
Yeah,
it's like
it
crazy
is.
concept.
I got
deep.
very emotional in that movie. Dude.
Not like
Same
Inside Out,
here.
though. Inside Out? Have you watched Inside Out?
Yes.
What about-
I love all.
What's
of
the one
those.
about Halloween? The little Hispanic kid. He goes to
Coco.
Coco?
dude.
That one made me cry, dude.
I cried too.
It's so real.
Oh my god, I've watched it 3 times.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie.
It is. All the
Beautiful.
colors.
I sing that "Remember Me" song to my kid.
I know.
Yeah.
You do?
With the
yeah,
accent.
Jordan,
dude.
With the accent.
cry.
Well, I can't
Damn
sing,
it.
so I basically just talk and stare really intently at him.
With your eyes.
Oh man. Anyway, but it's a great movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and I like all those because it's not an offshoot Disney movie, but like a Pixar one where it's like they're all kind of for kids, but like a little bit adult. But I feel like the concepts of those ones are like way adult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's cool because like the kids like them and they're all colorful and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's
Dude,
just
they're so deep, dude. I cry. I'm always emotional in those movies.
Yeah.
Always
I
emotional.
just watched Soul the other day for like the 20th time.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Anyway,
Great movie.
yeah. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's dope.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Question number 3. If you had one free throw for a basketball free throw is what I'm assuming here. If you had one free throw and if you made it, you get $1 million. But if you missed, you can never text again. Would you shoot it?
No.
You're a texter,
I don't
huh?
like talking people. I don't like talking on the
Really?
phone. I hate it.
Oh,
As they're on the
I
Cassandra.
hate it.
God damn it.
Sorry. I'm a texter. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to talk right
love
now.
calling people. I
Really?
fucking love it.
Don't
yeah.
call me. I'm just kidding.
But you know what irritates me? Is someone who will like they're gonna try to send like a long text and I want to reply. I'm like, fuck, I'm calling them, and they don't answer.
Oh, yeah.
But then they'll,
I'm one
then
of
they'll
those
say,
people.
"What's up, man? What do you need?" Bitch, answer the phone is what I need right now. What the heck, dude?
I'm literally on the phone. It could be anybody. I'm sorry, Evan, but sometimes I'm like, you could have texted this. You know, I'm
really?
gonna see you later.
I'm a talker. I like answering the phone, dude. So
Yeah.
I would say, what was that question again?
The question is,
Oh, I would
If-
take the
if-
shot. Sorry,
yeah.
I would take the shot.
Yeah, I would also take the shot because I can live the rest of my life without doing everything through text
I
message.
feel like I would have more peace.
Honestly, and you would probably talk way less.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people I feel like you feel about it that would rather just, be like, oh, just shoot a quick response
Yeah.
or whatever. And I feel like I'd rather just talk on the phone because like you're just gonna get right to the shit anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I feel like all the ancillary questions and like, cause like texting, like I hate that when you're like, okay, you ask a question, then you get this, and like my phone's always on silent. You know, because I have like the most annoying ringtones or like sounds and stuff anyway, because it's not an iPhone, blah, 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 blah. But like, so normally I just put it in my pocket, and then there was like these follow up, and I go back and look on, and I'm like, oh my God, I missed like 3 texts, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, if we talked on the phone, you would have been like, hey, could you do this? Oh, and by the way, this. Oh, and by the way, this. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. You know, you knock it out, that's 30 seconds. Anyway, I'm just saying I'd take that shot and I drain it, and with $1 million, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
We get taxed half in California. So
With that $500,000, I'm investing.
Sam, what would you do?
So I'm a huge texter. Huge. I've been texting.
Are you really?
I am such a big texter. But, however, I recently discovered voice memos. And voice memos, you can do anything.
Yep.
Right. It's basically,
I'm
you
on
just
that.
talk, right? It's amazing. So, I mean, but at the same time, $1 million, I mean, I can't pass that up. So I'm taking that damn shot. And I'm making it. I'm making it. I'm making it, baby.
Yeah. But go ahead.
I said nowhere in the question said that how the distance, but I'm an idiot because it's a free throw, so it would be from the free throw line. My bad.
Oh, I would risk it all fucking day.
Yeah,
I would risk it all day.
pretty good from like 10 feet out.
Here's my thought though: $1 million nowadays doesn't go far,
Exactly.
Yeah.
especially in here in California or like New York.
But it's
You know?
$1 million, dude. I mean, like it's still a good chunk.
True.
You know, I mean, I just don't really care about texting. I think that's why it's like just fuck it, I'll take it. I'll do it left-handed. Why not?
One arm tied behind my back.
Freaking guy, dude.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh. Well, Cassaundra, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
God, thank you for being so open and honest. I really think this can be encouraging for people. A lot of women, because I know there's definitely some out there who are probably in a situation afraid to leave. So I definitely think your story is going to impact them. So well done.
yeah.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
I mean,
Thank you.
You know, again, we've said it a whole bunch, you know, but like, thank you for talking about it, and thank you for being like, obviously very transparent, but just like super composed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Don't cry.
Well, yeah.
I'm just
but I
kidding.
mean, look,
Cry. You should. You should.
Like, we never
It's
know.
Good for you.
We never know where it's gonna go on here. We don't
Yeah.
encourage anyone to say anything that you don't want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what you shared was very serious, and I'm, you know, again, a crazy time. But the takeaways is like the people that you can impact, you know, like Tim was talking about the ripple effect. I mean, look, at the end of the day, like people are listening to this shit like in different countries,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, like some of them, I don't know if they
I have
speak
no
English
clue.
or
I
why
know.
they're downloading it. But look,
Yeah.
Thanks, India.
thank you so much.
I heard about
Please
that.
continue. You know, but either way, you know, and it's things like that can, again, we don't know who we're gonna affect by what we say and how we say it, and you know, it's just whether you want to say it's bravery or courage or just life experience, and you're just passing it on. You know, you're paying it forward, really. I guess that doesn't really work, pay it forward in this. But what I'm trying to get at, this is a good thing, and like, thank you again. It's been nice to finally meet you.
I know.
And
same.
yeah, I think you and Evan are awesome, and you know, just thank you for sharing everything.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Maybe let's go on 3.
Mm-hmm.
You down? Sorry, I was caught off guard because I was talking to Sam. I was like trying to motion Sam. I was like, oh yeah, we're back here. Let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody. And that's it. Thank you for listening in, everybody. I'd like to thank our sound engineer who makes this podcast happen and makes us sound very good, Stephen Clark. And to our first sponsor, 89 Barbers. Look good, feel good, be great. Come get your haircut at 2 locations, Long Beach and in Orange, California. Your appointment can be booked at 89barbers.com. That is BARBRERS. 89barbers.com. Again, look good, feel good, be great. Check it out. It's my barber. He is the man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.